Okay, so hey guys, so pretty much today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing like a tour of like a city that I'm kind of working on. Uh, I'll be like showing you like every building I've built, and also I wanted to say that I did originally build this city before, but a while back Minecraft had like an update where it would leave like chunks and stuff around the world, so there was like a lot more in the world last time. But there's a few things in the world, the last world anyway, that I wasn't too happy with. So it was kind of a good thing at the same time. All in all, it didn't really take me that long to like build what I've gone up to so far. It's just I wasn't playing it like too much to get it all done really really quickly. So I would like play it for like a day and then I would maybe not play it for like 2 or 3 weeks and then play it again. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start over this side and then we'll go over this side because this is I think it's like right somewhere here we spawn in because this is like the middle of the city. So we'll start over this side. Now another thing I want to say too is there's quite a few buildings that are have no like interiors. There's like as far as I can remember, there's only three buildings in the whole. Well, if you want to call a city, there's only like three buildings with interiors. I do plan on finishing them. I just wanted to get the actual like the building itself built, just because I was trying to get another things copied over from the old world. So that was why I didn't really do much a lot of the interiors. So I'll start from this side and then we'll go over there. So this right here is probably one of the only is like one of the ones that has an interior. This is meant to be McDonald's. Now this was originally modeled after um, the McDonald's in our town, but then they completely redid everything, so it's not even the same anymore. So you have like a few tables and seats there, a couple in the middle, and then a few over here, and then these here are just meant to be like bins and stuff or trash cans. If you're from America, and always this here is where all the tills are, where they cook all the food. Um, these are meant to be like the if it's like ovens or whatever it is they use to cook the food. Now before, oh yeah, these are meant to just be like menus and stuff. I was gonna say that before I had menus up, but I didn't realize I had them up. So yeah, that's just that, and then this is kind of like where they would like how sometimes they kind of slide through the food as well for the people that are working at the tills to give out to people and stuff. And then in here is just the bathrooms. I think one's for like disabled people. This is meant to be like the little kind of railing thing. Then that's obviously the toilet, and then a few sinks. That's all you really need. And then it's pretty much the same for the male toilet, except it just doesn't have the railing, and it's the same as well for the female, except just without the railing. In the McDonald's that this was modeled after, there was like a little room in here. I think it was like some kind of storage room, but I just didn't bother putting that in because I don't actually know what's in there, so it was harder for me to do. Uh, yeah, obviously we've got some lighting as well. And then I just used torches. I just put in pillars because there's actually kind of like little pillars. Well, there was little pillars like this in the McDonald's where we live. So I just put them and then just put torches on it. I just thought it looked nicer. Just a little bit extra. And then there's nothing really out right in the sides of it apart from just a little bit of like bushes and stuff like that. And then also there's the car park. And then also if you see like things like this, these share like zebra crossings, kind of like that little bit there is a zebra crossing. Let me actually go over so you can see a bit better. Like this here is a zebra crossing, and then also there's zebra crossings, and then obviously these are like meant to be intersections. They haven't done anything like road signs or street lights or anything like that. Reason I haven't done street lights mainly is because it's always on daytime, so I don't really need lighting. But I probably will do eventually um, some street signs as well. I just have to come up with the names for all the streets and stuff. And like I said, I was kind of rushing this. These are meant to be benches, and like just had a little path through there. Now this one here is actually broke, so I'm going to do real quick. Let me just fix that. And then I just put in like a little kind of like a what's the word? It's not a water fountain, but it's like a little water feature just here as well. Just because why not? And then obviously more benches and stuff like that. And then beside this is then the police station. This doesn't have an interior. I think it has some of downstairs, but it doesn't have any of these done. So I'm actually going to show you the bottom half. So this is the car park, and this is like the garage, so where all the cars and the police cars comes out of. And then this is just meant to be like the little no parking writing on signs, not signs, but the painting that they usually have on the ground. And also another little zebra crossing. I'm pretty sure there's not much interiors done in this. I think I just did the little kind of place where you go in and you get like forms and all signed in, and then I had like a little bench here, and then all the windows are just blocked up like that, just because there's no interiors done yet, and I don't really want anything to be done. Now in here is meant to be with the cell, the little set holding cells that they have, but I haven't done them yet. And then in here, like I said, this is just the garage. This is just the inside of it. And I'll show you upstairs, and I'll like kind of go through what's meant to be upstairs. Now, this is just an elevator. Now, the way I have my elevators done is just obviously just from flying up, so they're not really done that well. Now, this will be each floor. Now, from what I remember, these are the bathrooms in here for each floor, and then it's just like a little kind of seating area, and then they've all the desks and all here. It's kind of like an open plan kind of desk, so it's like cubicles instead of walls for each desk. And then in here, it's going to be so as every floor has like kind of like a captain or something like that. So he has his own little office, and then pretty much that's going to be the same the whole way up. So like, there's really no point like showing you because it is just the exact same. Just a coffee on each floor. So let me just cover this up as well because I don't want to leave it uncovered. Let me see, what did I use? Concrete. Let's see, put that there, not there. So yeah, that's that. Then over here, what did and then obviously we have the big sign. Another thing I should say as well with the offices, I only did like 3 floors of these offices, and then I've continued on another 4 office, like the main person's kind of office, and then we've obviously, like I said, a police sign, and then that's meant to be like a little handcuff sign as well, just to obviously show that it is the police station. This right here is the hospital. This is no interiors as well. I don't actually know if that's the every floor done on it. I don't think it does. No, this is like no interior at all. What's done whatsoever. But pretty much, it would have, I think. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 floors, I think. And what would usually be here is like the seating area, so like the waiting, kind of like the waiting area for, we call it A&E. I don't know what you call it in America or whatever. Some places call it casualty as well. And then over here was just like how sometimes they have like a it's like the room you go in to see what's actually wrong with you, and then they'll obviously say then whether you have to stay in hospital or whatever. And then here there'll be like a elevator or lift, or depending where you're from. So that's that. I'm also going to try and go through this kind of quickly, but not too quickly, so as I'm rushing myself. Um, that's meant to be wool. I thought they were concrete. Let me see. It would have been like grey wool because I don't actually use the white wool because it leaves a weird pattern. Then we also have like this is like the actual Publix car park, and then obviously you have the little path going into the front entrance, and then over here is where the ambulances are going to be parked. Um, on the last world, I actually had like a little chemist there, but I didn't add it in this time. And then we just have like a helipad here as well, and then this is obviously just the road then for the ambulance and stuff to get out. And we just put like a little bit of water in it just to kind of make it look nice and put in some fish. Now this building here, some of you may or may not recognize it. It's meant to be I think it's the Eclipse Tower out of GTA. Now on the old world too, I had this as like this was all like nothing was in it, and then in here was meant to be a restaurant, but I just haven't done that yet. Like I said, because like I said, I've skipped through a lot of the interiors for now just to get a lot of the stuff kind of out of the way, like the whole buildings themselves, just because I wanted to have the buildings done. So that's really just that. Like, there's nothing really much I can show you because it is empty inside. Then we also have just like some trees and stuff. And I also made this little back path because in the old world I had this little back path in as well. But in the old world too, I also had like a big river, like a river going the whole way around the main part of the city. But I really didn't want to add it in because it did take like I think like took me about 3 days to do it last time, and I don't really have a lot of time right now to kind of do it because I'm currently like doing a computing course and stuff like that, so it didn't really bother. Now, this is meant to be a nightclub, and it does actually have a name it's called the Basement. Where I got the name from was the fact that in the old world, the nightclub actually had a basement. Like most of it was like downstairs. Like this bit here was like going to be all open, so there was nothing on this floor, and then there's like another floor here, and then there's like another floor down below that, which was another. It was like a 2 floor basement nightclub, and then below that then was the floor for the toilets. But And I was like I said, I never filled that in because I was rushing. I will fill it in eventually. I'll probably the next tour that I go around. Hopefully, I should have all that filled in, and then I'll also show you what's filled in, what I haven't filled in, and then also we have the steps going up to it as well. Because I could have just done the nightclub just right in underground, but I wanted to make it go up in the end there, and I thought it would looked a little bit cooler. Um, because I was just checking how much time. And then when you go up around this road, it takes you to the football, football stadium or soccer if you're from America or wherever else uses soccer quite often. So obviously we have like the car parks. I forgot I was supposed to put in like little bus stops, but I completely forgot to put them in to be honest. So yeah, we just have the car parks here, and then this is like a little walk, like a path. Now this is actually meant to continue to here. This path. Um, Let me fix it real quick. You might see me fix a few things that I just noticed, but I'll only fix like things that's really easy. Now that's actually meant to be like the carpet, but yeah. Like I said, yeah. So just the car park there, and then here's kind of like the little storage you see for like buying like football tops, jerseys, all that stuff. Just haven't really done the inside of it yet. So it's like a little merch kind of store kind of job. And then this is obviously the stadium here, and then we have more of the paths here, and then just a little bit of water feature with some fish inside it. So these are just like the main tunnels into it. This is the only way the public can go. This is like where the change rooms is. I'll show you in here. So yeah, this is pretty much just a stadium. I just green and white because it's my favorite colors and stuff. Um, yeah, just the state. I did it like half. I did like these bits, this bit, the back bit, and like the front. No, it's just the back bit did white. Sorry, I thought I did the front bit white there, but I didn't. So yeah, I just have the back bit done white, and then I have the side bits done um, green, and then obviously those are just the steps going up to it. And then I've done the same then on the side. Apart from the only difference on the side, this is the tunnel where the players actually come out of. That's why there's like a little gate and stuff. So it's gonna be like kind of there's like security guards and stuff there. And then these right here are meant to be like press boxes, so also like the TV people can get a good view. Well, I don't know if they get a really good view, but as good of a view as they can get. And then obviously like more stands up there. And then I've also done some stands here, but I'd say it's been a little bit of white there just to kind of break it up instead of it all being completely green, because then it would have been too green. And then I decided then just to go with like a glass an open roof, but I made like the kind of side parts of it just glass, just to kind of show that it was a roof. I'll go back to the front so I can show you the actual way into the changing rooms for the players and stuff. Now I do just have one tunnel for both teams, just because why not? I don't really want to make two different tunnels for the two different teams. So it's just this one tunnel, and then it'll take you up to the doors for the changing rooms. So we have one here, so probably just be like this will be like the home team. I still have to finish the interiors and that as well, and this will kind of just be like, for example, the away team or whatever. And then this is just like their tunnel then to come out to go onto the pitch. I've also put in some lighting as well along that front to mention that as well. Yeah, so that's kind of the stadium. It's not really it's not like a big stadium, but I just made it. I didn't really want it to be a big stadium because it's not really meant to be a big team either, because I don't know, I just don't think it will be big. It would really need to be a big team. So that's this whole side. There's not a lot done on this side compared to the other side. There's like a little bit more done. And a lot of my roads too, I'm kind of keeping them more kind of square, so it's kind of like a gridded city. I might do like some curvy roads eventually, like do some highways and motorways and stuff like that. In the future. So start over this way, and then I'll probably do just these three buildings and then do them. So this building here, it's kind of meant to be a copy of. It's like they have like they have like I think at the bottom, it's like a car shop, and then there they have like a chemist, and I think it's like a little youth place, and then above here it's like all apartments, except I didn't really do it exactly like that. But they do have a little road that kind of goes through it. If you actually go and see, I was going to actually send it on our channel because he's actually built the actual proper version of it. But yeah, I don't think he's uploaded yet. But pretty much it's just like it's like a little the way it actually is in real life. It's like a little tunnel and then car parks. But I just made like a little tunnel, and then it's like a little road. Then I'll take you out over here. I'll tell you then what that is when we get there. So yeah, there's no interiors at all done on this. Although there is doors, I'm pretty sure the back of the doors is all blocked off. Yeah, they are. So I don't even think I've done the floors on them at all. No, I haven't. So that's that. Over here then we just have, this is like the fire station. Now I just filled that up with grass because I didn't really know what to put in there. Like there's not much I could put in there. And then I don't really know why I built this, but it was my old the older version of the fire station because I did build the exact same fire station in the old world. And I also forgot to mention like um everything on that side was the same except the basement had an actual tower on top of it, but I just removed that because it wasn't necessary. The hospital was the same, that building was the same, and the fire station was the same. And there's only two buildings that's not the same as the old one. So yeah, this is the fire station. I don't think I didn't do any interiors in this either. I don't think. No, I didn't. Um, I don't know why I didn't do interiors because to be honest with you, there wasn't a lot inside of the fire station. It was just like there's like a little kind of place where you kind of sign in and all that, and then there's like steps going up to where all the people stay when they're like waiting for calls and stuff. And I need the fire, like I think I had a fire engine in one of these as well. Um, so yeah, then this is just like the little small car park for because it's not really necessary to have big car parks for like the fire stations and police stations. More so for hospitals you do, but I didn't bother. So this is meant to be my cinema. Now we can actually go on this and show you quite a bit of some of the interior because it's meant to have two floors, but I haven't done upstairs. I just have it blocked off for now. So this is like just where you come in, obviously, and then this will be where you buy like your tickets and all of your like sweets and drinks and popcorn, all that kind of stuff. So this is obviously blocked off because obviously it's meant to be staff only, but we can just jump over on it. So you know what? There's actually meant to be a lever here to look like a tap. So let me just put these in real quick. Um, where are they? I can never find them. Oh, they're down here now. So that should just go there. So this is meant to be like, kind of how you see the taps and pubs and stuff. These are just meant to be for the drinks. So I just put in like random different dyes to kind of make it look like it. And then just shelves just for like all the sweets and stuff. And then if I can get over this, these are meant to be like freezers and stuff like that. And oh no, rather this was meant to be the popcorn machine, and I think this was meant to be like a freezer for like ice creams and stuff like that. Like the ones you kind of just they don't come out of the machine; they just come out of the freezer all the time. And then this is just like a little hallway kind of into where this is like where the staff bathrooms are, but I haven't fully done them. And then this is just like a load of like shelving for like all of their stocks, so, like all their popcorn and all that stuff, all their sweets and stuff. And then this is just a back door. This is kind of a staff entrance door as well. So that's why this little road here and the roads here. And also these here are meant to be my paths, by the way. For only this little bit here, and to, I think as far as there is raised off of the ground in the city, and then the rest is actually into the ground like that there. Because I used to have it like this here before, in the old world, but then I decided to put it into the ground because I thought it looked a lot better. But I don't actually know why I did it like this. But yeah, this is meant to be for like all the trucks and all that come in as well. This is kind of why this is here. Just it's meant to be like a little area for them to kind of like be able to turn around. I know it's not that big, but I didn't really want it to be that big anyway. So yeah, that's that. Let me go back out this way because I want to show you where the car park for the cinema is. It's kind of in an awkward place, but um, I didn't close any of the doors, but it'll be fine. So actually, I need to show you the rest of the cinema first. I just put in like some like little bushes just to kind of make it look nice. And then this is just like another like little sitting area. Just say for example, you end up in the cinema half an hour earlier or whatever. You can just sit here and wait because we actually have one of them in our cinema as well. So I thought I'd put in. And then we have our screens. I don't actually have the screen itself built, but like with all the chairs and stuff, I was kind of going off of the cinema we have as well with this because there's like a big row of seats in the middle, and then there's like smaller rows. I think on the left hand side there's only like four, and then there's I don't know how many is in the middle. And I've never actually counted it. And then obviously the screen's meant to be there, but I honestly don't know how to make a screen. I'm going to be honest with you. I've tried multiple times. Like I've tried just putting black concrete, but it just looks like it's part of the wall. And also too with the curtains, it's kind of hard to do. These are just meant to be like little bins of trash cans as well, and this is like the projection room, but I never did anything in there. And then it's the exact same then for the trash cans and stuff over this side. And then that's screen one, and then we also have screen two over here, which is exactly the same on the other side. So there's nothing really to show you there. That's just the other door down for screen two. So then we have all of the bathrooms. Now, when I originally built this, I made like three of each, so three male and three female. I never just realized I've never made a disabled bathroom, but yeah, I don't know how I managed to make 20 be able to fit in four. But yeah, like I said, just like male bathrooms, just a toilet and sinks, and then obviously lighting. That's really it for each one. It's the same for every one, so I'll just show you the female just so you know it's exactly the same. Then in our little seating area, and then we've also got windows, a little bit of bush around it, just to kind of make it look a little bit nice. And then this is meant to be the elevator, but I haven't actually done it up the second floor, so it's just all lined open right now, so it's nothing too interesting. No point really showing you that. Obviously, if I ever finish up there, I'll do that. And you're probably wondering like how come there's like a lot of light in here, but there's no actual lights themselves. Well, these are all slabs, and then I just have the some glowstone on it. For that's kind of how I've done the floors in this. I haven't done that in all the buildings, but I've done it just in this really. And then the car park for the cinema is actually this. This is actually the cinema's car park. I know I've made it weird because you kind of have to cross the road and stuff, but um, I didn't really want to put the car park behind it because it's got that big turnaround thing, and then it would just make things really awkward. So I just put it here, just an easy basics car park. Um, there's a building over there, but we'll do these ones here. Now these buildings here, these two kind of white and blue ones, these are really just filler buildings. Like there's no real use for them. Like I never really I forgot what I was going to say there, but I never really picked any use for them. Like I said, they were just a fill up area because I didn't really know what to put in it. And then these are just like this is meant to be like a little corner shop here. It's also all blocked off because there's nothing inside it like a lot of the other buildings. And then with this one, it's actually got a normal door into it. It's just nothing in it as well. These are just other little shops. Then there's like a little kind of small, like random like little sitting area with a little pond. And I've got some trees in between them, and then this is the exact same thing, except it just flipped around. So yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. And then this is one of the most recent buildings that I've made. It's just another filler building. The door for this one is over here, which kind of weird. It's just going to be like kind of like a big office kind of building, I guess. That's all it can really be at the minute. Same as them, they're kind of going to be like office building. I think my plan was to make this kind of like the. This was meant to be like, it's like a bank, but it's like no, actually, I'm sorry, that was wrong. This was meant to be like a university, but like a kind of turret out university, kind of like I'd have in New York and stuff. So that's kind of like the first school, but like also I've not like done no interiors yet. And this is like just meant to be like another office building kind of thing. And then, like I said, this building here is exactly the same, just flipped. And then these here are just meant to be like another like office building as well, just like two like towers, kind of like like when the twin towers were still there, but except they've kind of like got a little bit of a different shape. So that's that. There's no interiors in these either. These are all blocked off, so I'm not going to even bother going to go. I'm not going to bother going in. I did mention that. Now we'll have to come down this little road there, but I'll show you that after. Um, I also forgot to mention too of these little buildings here. These were meant to be this originally when I built these. There was only one of them, and it was meant to be like another small kind of bed and breakfast hotel. But like in the old world, I had a hotel there, but I didn't bother adding it in because I didn't really like how it looked, so didn't bother adding it in. So like I said, this is meant to be like a little bed and breakfast kind of hotel thing. And then there's another one and another one there, just they're facing out that way. Um, just because I used the copy and paste command, but I didn't want to flip it because I didn't know if there's actually a flip command, and I didn't want to rebuild it either. So yeah, I've just put like some trees around it just to fill in all the empty space that was around it as well. And then over here, this is meant to be like a Tesco's. Like our Tesco's is built into a shopping centre, so it's like Tesco's there, and then there's a whole rest of the shopping centre. Now I may still build the rest of the shopping centre because I was talking to one of my friends about it, and he thinks I should, but I just don't know if I want to do that just yet because it is going to be a big build because there's like quite a lot of shops. I think there's like 40 to 50 shops in it. 'Cause I know for like a lot of like say like some Americans, that's not a lot of shops because these have like bigger shops than us. But yeah, that's kind of the size of ours. So that's just like the Tesco's part, and then in there is just it's just kind of like another entranceway. There's actually like three doors into this place. Like one there, there's one in the middle, and then there's a one away at the front. Obviously, it's not that far out, but yeah. This is just kind of like a little hallway. There's also like a couple of little shops kind of in there, but never had them in. This is all hollow inside as well, so there's nothing, no interiors. So there's no point showing that. This is quite a recent building as well. Um, that's everyone on this side. There's nothing else over here, is there? Let me see. I'm trying to keep this under half an hour, so kind of I want to record at 25 minutes. So we've done quite well. Um, yeah, like I said, just a couple of trees to fill in like some empty space and stuff like that. And also the reason why this road was here, why was this road here actually? Oh yeah, like I said, when we had the river, this kind of went down into the river as well. And also over here, there would have originally been bridges, so there was nothing kind of each side of them because obviously the river was flowing there. So that's kind of why I've added in these. There was just enough space. The bridge kind of came in, the river kind of came in roughly around there, I think. So actually probably roughly around there because there was one layer of trees. So there was a bridge here. So originally there would have been like a bridge there, or sorry, there was a river here, and there would have been a bridge over there, and then there's like a little small bridge here. So that's kind of why this goes down like that because in the old world it did like that, and it kind of like the way it went in like that. And like I said, over here should have been bridges, but because there wasn't, that's why I've added in this. So this is just kind of like a overpass, kind of little road, kind of a bridge going over the road. I just wanted to add in. It would just kind of add a little more depth to the roads instead of having them all kind of flat like this. And that's kind of why I've added in this as well. And then also we've just got some like little posts kind of just to hold it up, and then there's like some lighting inside of it as well, just to kind of keep it lit up under there. And then for the railings, I've just used some anvils just to change it up instead of using fences all the time. So yeah, over here, I'm also going to mention a few things. I'm going to be doing it this way as well, So this is also a church. I was going to do a cathedral, more of a cathedral, but that's a lot of work it is because cathedrals are quite big. So obviously this is a Catholic church as well because I'm Catholic. So yeah, so you just have a little path coming in here into the front of it, and then this is just like a car park. Now this is just meant to be, obviously you drive in, you go on left or whatever, you can go in that way. It doesn't really matter. Um, I'll do all the outside and then I'll go inside, and then this is just meant to be like a little small graveyard here. I just did that, and then I just added a little small bit here as well because that's how I had it in the old world. And then just to kind of make it so as you can't when you are in the graveyard, kind of like here you can't see the Tesco's and stuff. I just added in a layer of trees to kind of block out the shop and the graveyard from each other. Because obviously with most graveyards you kind of want to have a little make it kind of peaceful, so as you don't see all the cars and all going by. That's kind of what that's meant to be. So like I said, it's a little graveyard, and then this is just like a little bit of like a little grassy area, and then we've also got some hedges as well going around the whole church as well. So the church inside is quite basic. So all we have here is like these are like the little things they have to hold like holy water to kind of bless yourself as well. So that's what they're, and then these are just like all the seating areas that you have. There's no like confession rooms. There is this little door, but it's not really. It doesn't really go to anything. It's just where the tower is. But because of the way the tower is built, you can't really put anything in here. So yeah, this is obviously like at the altar where the altar is going to be. I just haven't added in the altar because I don't really know a good way to do it. So that's that. This is obviously where the priest's going to be and all that stuff. And then usually a lot of time you'll have like a big kind of piano, but I didn't add that in. And then also you just have a few windows around the place. So yeah, it's quite basic. I just went for like the white look, and then I added in brick stairs and stuff for the roof. And then for the tower I also used like some brick stairs and stuff as well for the top part of it. This is where the bell's actually meant to be. And then this is always just like the tower as well. So that's really just that. That's actually just more or less the whole city. What are we at for time? Okay, we have another like minute left before the hour. So I'll go through now kind of future plans. Also, actually, I want to go over here and mention something real quick as well. So the main reason why there's no windows on this side of this building is I have plans to add in more buildings here, but I'm probably going to put like a little alleyway, so there's not really much point in having any windows there. And then also with this side doesn't have any windows because there's probably either going to be, but I'm either going to extend this road out a bit or bring it down that way. And I'm going to put another building here, so there's no point like having windows where there's going to be a big building beside it where you're not going to see. Kind of like how I know there's windows there, but like there's a big enough gap. Kind of like here, but like I could have actually put windows in that, but the way I think I copied the design. Well, I didn't really copy it, but I got ideas from it, and I don't think I had windows on that side here, so I just didn't bother putting that in. So for out this way, I there's one thing I know for a fact I'm putting in because it's in another world. My other version of this, I also had like a gas station here, or power station, or whatever you want to call it, depending where you're from. So that's going to go back in there, and then there was like a couple of trees kind of around it. And then I don't actually, I think there's a few trees in here as well, I can't really remember. But out this way, I originally had like a small kind of like, it was meant to be like a small kind of like town you would see in like Western films, like a small kind of village kind of here. Now the way I did it, like I did the buildings really badly. Like I built it, like the way like the design was okay. It was just the color scheme I was using. So I may still do that here, just kind of make it a bit better. And then I'm also going to kind of do like like a house estate or like a neighborhood, depending on what you would call it. So that's going to be there. So, but I don't really know how it's going to go. So the plan I had was there's just going to be like another junction here because the road also goes that way around the whole village and then goes through the village as well. So the road will go up like that, and then it'll be like shops, house, or whatever on each side, and then the road then probably will come off and go over that way or something like that, and then probably be more stuff out that way. Not too sure, but that's really pretty much it. Um, next time I do a tour, this could be quite a while. Like I'll probably at least sometime after Christmas, but what I'm thinking of doing is kind of doing what I can do is I have another account that has Minecraft on it on PC, so I might just get my PC account to kind of to record a video. So it's like that account's just looking down on me when I'm building, and then kind of time lapse or whatever for each like build and stuff like that. Either that, or I'll just do another video like this building it. So yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed the tour. Hopefully, if you have any ideas to color buildings I can add in, or if you have a certain design you've made that you would like me to add in, feel free to leave a comment. And obviously for like pictures, you may have to leave a link to it and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, like suggestions are always welcome in all my videos. So feel free to suggest, maybe another way to do my roads, or maybe I could make like smaller roads or something like that, or bigger roads. Or another thing that I could really use suggestions for is for likes of motorways, highways, stuff like that, and for better overpasses and stuff like that. So like I said, plenty of suggestions are more than welcome. Don't forget to leave a like on the video, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And also don't forget to turn on your notifications, just so you get notifications when I upload, and especially if you're going to follow this as well, you probably want to get notifications for each one of these videos. So, hope you enjoyed the video, and hopefully see you next time. Bye.